One of the things that separate American society from others around the world is the rights established in the United States Constitution, more specifically those outlined in the First Amendment. Here at the Arroyo Channel, we operate on the front line of those rights: freedom of speech, religion, the right to assembly, and to petition our government to address our concerns. All of those play out in a very unique way here at the Arroyo Channel. We have cultivated a community of artists, activists, evangelists, satirists, and archivists, all united to serve one common goal: to preserve self-expression and enrichment of our society. You can participate in that right now by watching what happens on the other side of this intro. Before we jump into our interview, I just want to remind you that this show is all about the people that create the programs you see on the Arroyo Channel. In fact, this program is staffed by some of our volunteers, which is part of the reason why the prompter was running slow. If you want to know how you can get involved, check us out at pasadenamedia.org for more info. Now on with the show. My first guest is a Pasadena native. Here at the Arroyo Channel, we know him as producer and host of Our Society, Mr. Alan Shay. I said you were a Pasadena native. So are you a Pasadena native?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. So I'm already wrong.
That's okay. My family moved here when I was 5.
Right.
And so I consider myself a product of PUSD. Mm-hmm. I consider myself a Southern man with a West Coast understanding of life. And between the two, growing up, it has given me the best of both worlds.
One thing that I can say for sure, though, is that when your family got here, you guys kind of made your mark.
Yes.
You guys spread and kind of populated. Tell me a little bit about your family and just coming up in Pasadena.
We moved here from Jackson, Mississippi, and my mom, who was a phenomenal woman, had 10 children at the time. Wow. As a single parent. And she decided to uproot us from Jackson, Mississippi, and moved us to Pasadena. And we started a new beginning. And she was so profound in her approach to life, because she was a very pious woman. She certainly had a lot of faith and very disciplined. I mean, she had a method of managing her finances to where she had quite a rewarding life, considering at the end of her life she had 13 children.
Wow.
And so she gave all of us opportunities, starting with a sense of purpose. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of what people see about a lot of my siblings and I are that purpose that she instilled in us growing up. So.
And part of that plays out in the program that you created here. The show is called Our Society.
Our Society came about because that show was actually evolved from a foundation I created back in '94. I created a foundation where I would raise money for the students in PUSD who are seniors going off to college. We would give them scholarships. And the name of the foundation was Our Society Foundation. Okay. And so once I became bitten by the Pasadena media and the platform it created, it seemed only appropriate to create the show called Our Society.
And I want to show a little bit of that show right now.
Yes.
I want to take a look so the people at home can see what it is you've been doing in your program, Our Society.
This is a perfect example of a public-private partnership because the community is coming in itself. Everybody just coming together for the common good. And we all have to do everything we can to make sure we can sustain the planet for those who come after us.
So why don't you share with the viewers before we go down and talk to the other players, what do you recall as a young person about the turkey tussle?
I'm not the biggest player, but me being kind of athletic, it always gave me a little advantage where I was very difficult to catch and elusive, so that gave me an advantage. But growing up, you would always hear about your older brothers and sisters, uncles playing in the turkey tussle and them having their name put on the board, so to speak, in the community as a result of them having success in that game. And I I long for that. And when I actually had an opportunity, I remember scoring a touchdown in this very corner, a 50-yard touchdown in my junior year, and then running an interception back the other way in my senior year.
The homeless have nowhere to run when they don't have no food to eat. But how the children gonna learn when they don't have no books to read? But ain't nobody worried when they kneel down low. All they doing is tying their shoestrings. But when the tears start to falling, you can't see your way. Come on, Judgment Day, but don't walk away, cause help is on its way.
That's right, but we appreciate that.
All right, well, thank you.
You're all my children now.
Yeah, we just want to quick say hi and let the viewers know you're here tonight, and are you going to be here the whole weekend?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm having so much fun. You know, my family's from Pasadena, and so I was walking around today trying to find my favorite antique store down in the Old Town, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, it's just great to be in Pasadena, and there's so many friends I have here in LA and Hollywood, and it's easy for them to access this show, so it's great running into all the old friends.
Well, we're so proud, and just so the viewers know who I am talking to.
Yeah. Oh, Robert England here, a.k.a. Freddy Krueger.
I'm Maya Hammond. I go to Pasadena High School, and I'm here with Youth for Peace because we're really just tired of being silent, and we're here to show that we are part of this change. We're youth, and we're the change of tomorrow, and we want to make sure that we keep to work to make a better future for us and make a better future now.
Just from that clip, you can see, you have the turkey tussle, Pasadena Institution. You've got the youth in there. You've got the entertainment, which is also a very strong part of Pasadena's history. So you're covering a lot of ground. That must take a bit of time to do. Do you sleep?
Well, what I do is I try and look at producing in a systematic approach like I do in my business. I'm a 37-year business owner here in Pasadena, and I try and make sure that when I have the ample time, I go out, I produce, and then I take about 3 months off from my office and just produce all of my shows, which gives me about 30 episodes a season.
Wow,
that I knock out.
Pretty ambitious.
Well, that's how I've always functioned, and again, it's a result of my mother. She was always very disciplined in how she approached things.
And when you're putting together your show, because a lot of the stuff you can't plan for. These things, this is happening, so you just make sure you have the gear ready to go when it's time to go. What is your process for an episode?
Well, my process really, what I do is I try and have equipment available on the weekends, because I try and always keep that time available. But what has occurred recently is I've gotten numerous calls from different individuals within the community wanting me to cover their show, or to cover their event, or to cover especially a perfect example was last Thursday. There was an event over at John Muir High School for the senior students there, and I just wanted to bring my camera because I am a real creature of retention of content, especially for our youth, so they can look back in 20, 30 years and see their evolution. So I checked out my equipment and carried that with me, and actually just followed the kids and doing almost like a documentary for them and create that into a show, because I'd like to have a discussion with them to get their feel. That same evening, I have another young lady. She attends PHS. I was invited to that event, and ironically, when I got there, I told them I was a producer and I had my camera and my team with me, and they were so blown away. They were so happy. They could not believe that Pasadena actually provided something. And it almost brought tears to the instructors' eyes, because apparently the videographer and the photographer that they had, I guess, retained didn't show up.
Yeah, that happens once in a while. So there you were, ready to go.
Correct.
Weaving into the community.
That's
okay,
it.
we got to take another quick break. We're going to pause for a minute, share a quick message with you, and allow the crew to stretch your legs. Also, please remember to follow Pasadena Media on all of the usual social media services. There's always something going on, and it's a great way to stay in the loop. Until then, we'll be right back after this.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh, it's huge. I know, it's huge.
And the salary.
Oh my god, yes. I mean,
Right?
like, I was about to move in with my parents, and right before, so this saved me.
I really believe in you, you know?
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool. Did you, what did
We're here with Alan Shay, the producer and host of Our Society, and I have just a couple more questions for you. You said you've been here at Pasadena Media as a producer, pretty active, pretty darn active, for about the last 4 years.
Yes.
Just tell me about your experience from the moment where you heard about it to where you started to get involved, to where you went all in, and to now where you're sitting on the shade. And where do you go from here? Like, what's the game plan?
Well, let's start with the beginning. It really was by accident. I came in to see an old friend of mine who was here working as an editor, and on my way out, I ran into another fellow junior high school friend who wanted me to be a guest on her show, and she wanted to interview me and things of that nature. So we got together, and she asked me about my pursuit in life, which at the time I was taking the bar exam, and I told her that I was looking to get my bar license, and I'd gone to school to be a lawyer, and I told her how I was inspired by Perry Mason as a kid growing up to be a lawyer, and she asked me if I would want to, or if I was interested in jump-starting that show again. And I thought about it, and I said, no, but what I would be interested in is doing a project that transformed the character to today's society, and the show became the Tyler Perry Mason Show. And
it's an interesting title.
Very, very interesting. And so
the images that come to mind.
Oh my God! Yeah, I had a lot of fun being involved with it, and so that really got me committed. And from there, I started producing the Tyler Perry Mason Show. We had about 6 episodes last season that we got off the ground. And then another producer asked me to co-host his show. And I said, sure, I'll go out. And I co-hosted the show. He brought the footage back to the CEO at the time. And she was so moved by my ability to engage people that she said, Alan, you really need a show where you are engaging people, because you know the right questions, you know how to, get people comfortable and get that story of what the show's all about out of them.
And now 1 million episodes later.
Oh my God, yes. So, in fact, I just celebrated 100 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So how important do you think it is knowing about Pasadena, the different communities, the cultures represented in the community? How important do you think it is to have a place like Pasadena Media in this city?
Oh my God, I can't even begin to say how important it is. I mean, it is so important, and one of the commitments that I've done in realizing it stems from my love of Pasadena in the city, but also because of the time and the period I grew up. I grew up at a time in which the Armenians genocide, or a lot of Armenians left and came here to America around the late 60s, early 70s. They became part of my culture and growing up. The Hispanic population became part of it. The Asian whites, everybody during the time I was growing up was a big melting pot. And at the time, I wasn't really affected by it because we all, integrated, and it was great. And so what I try and do with my show is to make sure that I'm accessible to tell their story. And I think I've covered probably every everybody in Pasadena.
Well, within
at one
100
point in
episodes,
time. Yeah.
I imagine you probably
I believe I have. And I try and do that, as I said, to make sure we are viewed as a community and that we have a real repository for content, that people can look and see how great this city is, how great we can get along, and even when things are challenging, because the other evolution that came about during this whole process of being a part of the Pasadena media family was I ran for city council, and I ended up being appointed as a city commissioner here in Pasadena, and then I ran for mayor of Pasadena.
Mr. Pasadena. There's already a Mr. Pasadena. But.
Well, I know, I met him, and I told him he's going to have to redeem his name because he doesn't quite represent the full, right.
But that's all right. That's
right.
All right.
So all of these things have come into play with Pasadena media, and that's why I have such a true commitment to what the vision and the mission of this gold mine is, because it's a great facility, and I think it's a great platform for those who really pay attention to what's in the city.
I need you to put that in writing.
Okay.
I want you to CC me.
I will.
No, I'm just kidding. But thank you very much, Alan.
Well,
really
thank
appreciate
you.
having you here. I know there's some of you Dena natives out there that have something to say that only you can say and the community needs to hear. So come down and do what Alan did. Get involved with the Arroyo channel. After the break, we're going to talk to a young woman who's blazing her own trail in the industry, and it happens to run right through Pasadena media. So come back after the message and meet Melina Chow.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts.
Yes, you.
You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
We usually have one of our volunteers on for this segment, but today we pulled one of our interns away from her rigorous studies to share her experience interning at the Arroyo channel. Here with me now is Miss Melina Chow. Hello, how are you?
Good, good.
All right. So just tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What do you do?
I'm from Monterey Park,
Monterey Park, okay.
Pretty local, and I've started going into the production kind of route since high school. I did technical theater. I did a little bit of drama too, and I really liked the behind the scenes kind of work, doing the technical side, stage managing, light board, soundboard, floor crew, all that stuff. And then college started, and then I saw that we had this TV program, 10 TV, at my school, Cal State Fullerton. And I was like, okay, I'll check that out. And it was kind of like bringing me back to my roots, doing behind the scenes kind of work, and I really liked that. I stumbled upon Cal State LA's TV and film internship page, and I followed that. And then one day, Pasadena Media popped up on one of the posts, and then I was like, hey, Pasadena, it's close by my house, it's local. So I was like, I'll go check it out. So I went on the website, looked at the mission statement and all that stuff, and the rest is history. Here I am.
The rest is history, and here you are in this very seat right now.
Yeah.
So from Monterey Park, through school, through college, from Cal State Fullerton, through Cal State LA, into Pasadena Media, into this chair right now.
Yeah.
That's quite a path.
Yes. Yeah.
And you've actually interned twice.
Yes, that's my
here,
second internship.
which is interesting because usually I'm pretty good at scaring people off. But and it's been in two different areas. So tell me first about I guess was it last year? Was it last fall?
Semester, yeah.
Last semester in the fall? Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about that process. That was more in the production side.
Yes.
So when you came in, what experience did you have? Did you have any idea what to expect?
A little bit from 10 TV from Fullerton, but I was kind of just new, seeing where it goes. And so last semester I did a video production intern here, and it was more like the pre-production, production, and post-production. And I really liked it. It gave me a new insight into the media industry and how everything works out. I went on some field shoots, and then I realized how local shooting is totally different. Setting up, half of the time you're just setting up, cleaning up, and all the stuff that you've shot, it turns into like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
But
8 hours of your life got condensed down to a 2-minute YouTube clip.
But you see everything come from the start to the very end, and you really appreciate this every step of the way. And so it was mind-blowing.
Okay, and then for the second one, now you're in more in the like, media administration, I guess we'll call it.
Yes, like the business side of things.
So, which one are you targeting for your interest? What are you more interested in?
Well, currently I'm doing marketing and community outreach for this internship, and it's more like the business side of it. So I would say more targeting like kind of both. I would say community-wise, to like bringing in more of the community to Pasadena media to reach out and really get to know people. Yeah.
Do you have an idea where you want to go in the industry?
A little bit. So at first I was thinking of doing more production sides, like producer, production manager, but then being here, it has really opened my eyes to like different avenues. I talked to some of the producers here, and one of them, MC, he was telling me about writing, and then I kind of dabbled in that recently, and I was writing a little bit, and I was kind of learning a little bit more of the creative aspect of everything, and I like that. So I don't know, maybe I'll do more production, but maybe I'll change and go to the creative route in the future. So
do you have
we'll
like
see.
a target position in the industry that you're going for?
For right now, producer or production manager, but we'll see where it goes.
Well, interning here, you definitely get to see all of that.
Yes.
Because it's and it's interesting that because it's on a slightly smaller scale than Hollywood at large. So do you talk with other students and the kind of internships that they're doing and like swap notes and see what's what?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
How many? I know we've had other students from Cal State Fullerton. Are you responsible for that?
Yes, I recruit. I got Pasadena meters back.
Okay, excellent.
Because I love it here. Yeah.
So how do other students? I mean, are they doing the same type of thing in the different areas? I mean, have you had those little? I guess I don't want to say locker room talk because that's a different thing. Like water cooler, but nobody even does that. You guys talk around the iPhone. What do you guys do today? What do people do?
It's a little bit different because I'm on the business side of like the business track. So I'm a business major, concentrated in entertainment and hospitality management. And other people at my school is like doing comm, like cinema, television, radio. So
they're the ones that will be working for you.
yes, in the future, hopefully, yeah. So I talked to some of them at Titan TV where I volunteer, and so we do talk about like kind of the industry and like where we kind of want to go into, like camera work and all that stuff. So it's a little bit different, but it definitely helps me like really see that side, like more of the production side. So with the business side, I'm still going to get into that in the future because I haven't taken my upper division classes yet.
One of the things I tell people all the time is you should go into whatever you're doing with some kind of plan. Just know that you can change the plan. So you don't have to be dead set locked into it. You can always have the option to change it. So how much of that do you think has happened just with you weaving your course here?
I think it's definitely like, I wouldn't say it changed completely a lot because I'm still focused on production because that's still kind of like where my heart lies because I love doing the production side since high school. So it's like my roots. But I definitely would say that I just like to see the whole thing come together from the beginning to the end. And so hopefully with the business side aspect of it, I could do that. So
okay, so I'm asking you a couple of questions. I want you to tell the truth.
Okay.
First one's easy. What would you say was your favorite thing so far interning? Favorite show, favorite thing to do? What do you like the most about it?
Honestly, that's like the hardest question ever. Yes, I love a lot of things here, honestly. I would probably say the production side of everything. So I got to see the whole production process, like the 3 steps, pre-production and post. So seeing that come together, like being able to dabble in all 3 areas was really something that I really liked. Yeah, because
I can tell you right now, post-production is not my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of post-production, which is why we do live TV, which is why these people are cutting all of this stuff live as it happens. It's fun if you have something you enjoy working on, but I'm an old salty dog and easily jaded.
Editing does take a lot of time.
It does take a lot of time. And I shouldn't even say that I don't like it because I really do like it. It's just when you're dealing with, one of the things that I do know for a fact editing will do, if any of you are interested in media, is it makes you a better shooter, it makes you a better director, and it probably makes you a better producer, because then when you have to deal with all of that media, it's like you said, you went and you'll shoot for 4 hours, come back with a good 45 minutes worth of footage, and then you've got to cut all of that down into something 2 minutes long that makes sense and still tells the whole story.
Exactly.
It's
it was really
empowering,
difficult. Yeah, it was fun, but it was also difficult at the same time, because there were parts of the interviews that you wanted to keep, but then it didn't make sense if you cut it that way. So you had to choose which one to place wisely, and then including the B-roll too. So it takes time, and you gotta be like, oh my God, like that one part I really liked, but can I fit it in? Can I? It's a lot of that.
So what do you think about the environment here? Because I can tell you, for me, because I've been here for a long time. I actually started in high school.
Wow.
And that's part of the reason why I'm so carefree, because sometimes I still treat it like it's high school. I apologize for all of it's me. It's not you guys. So how do you feel about the environment, the interactions, the different people that come through? Because there's a wide variety of characters that come through the door.
I would say, honestly, here is always friendly. I remember my very first day, I was super nervous, and everybody was like, definitely welcomed me with open arms. Everybody was so friendly. I remember Kevin had like this big smile. Yeah. At first I was actually scared of you because you had a really serious face.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, no worries. And then once I got to know you, you're a carefree person, really fun to hang out with, to talk to.
Say that again. Say that.
You're very fun to hang out with and talk to.
I'm sorry, one more time?
I'm not gonna do it again. But yeah, you are, and like I love, like even though you love teasing me, it's fun. Like you make everything fun, and it's not like totally serious, because it turns into a little family, and that's what I really like about doing this, because you work with these people of so many hours, like doing rehearsals when I was back in high school, and you really form a bond with every single person, and it's a little family, and I love that, like a little second family.
So much you did it twice.
Exactly. I love it here. I don't say it just because I'm here, but I really do love it here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna miss this place.
Well, keep coming.
Yes.
We'll still be here.
Yes.
I promise. I'm afraid that's it. That was too quick. But thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. That is it for tonight's Profiles. I want to thank Alan Shay and Melina Chow for agreeing to join me on the show tonight, and thank you for watching. I hope you found this episode informative and entertaining. Arroyo Profiles is produced as part of our training program here at Pasadena Media, so all the television equipment is being operated by volunteers with a little coaching from our staff. If you're interested in learning how you can get involved, you can find Pasadena Media through all of the usual social media platforms. For those of you who want to do more, then like, follow, and subscribe. Head over to our website and sign up for our free classes. As you've already heard, we offer training for anyone interested in learning about television production. So whether you're interested in pushing the buttons or pushing your point of view, it all starts here with an orientation and tour. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the Arroyo channel.